If you don't believe that the space industry will be one of the biggest industries in the world, don't buy space. SpaceX, Blue Origin, both companies cannot send people below $1 million into space. After the earnings, what make me even more bullish on space? Welcome to a brand new video here from Thailand. I'm here still in my hotel room, but we went for a nice Thai boxing session. As you can see here, have my Thai boxing shorts, and yeah, it's just beautiful here out. And today I want to talk about with you, should you buy space now after the earnings? You know, I get so many people that are actually asking me this question, so let's answer that. Now, first, let's have a look onto the beautiful view here, as you can see. And you know, the thing is here, you know, I will tell you first why you maybe should not buy space, okay? If you don't believe that the space industry will be one of the biggest industries in the world, don't buy space. If you don't believe that they can pull it off, don't buy space. I mean, at the end of the day, it's really about having a story stock that will have so much impact on the one and only logistics from Earth to low orbit, from Earth to suborbit, from Earth to deep space, and so on. If you believe in these things, and you have to be a certain kind of person to believe in these things, okay? Like when people talk about Bitcoin, 5-10 years ago, people thought people are crazy, okay? But there is a reason why the most successful and most wealthy people invest into this industry, right? And it's because it's very, very potential, okay? Obviously, there's a huge risk, without a question, okay? Can be there more delays? Absolutely, yes, of course. But if it works out, and quarter after quarter it seems to get traction more and more, well, then you can be quite rewarded for that. In the next category of this video, I would like to dive into the deeper into what make me, after the earnings, even more bullish on space, because this is actually the whole thing. It made me more bullish on space. It showed me there is a certain kind of proof of concept when they sold 700 tickets, okay? So let's dive into that. All right, guys, I hope you can see me in full. I'm here on the terrace and it's like 30 degrees, a little bit cloudy today. From time to time it rains a little bit, but that's great. For me as a person that come only from super sunshine Dubai, this is like a blessing, right? This nature and everything is super nice. Let's talk about the earnings. The earnings were pretty amazing in my personal opinion. It just showed you that, again, there's so much demand for a company that have a product that no other company can serve so far. Even when you say SpaceX is much further away, yes, they are, without a question, okay? They bring people to Mars very soon, so obviously they are very far ahead. Blue Origin, they have a similar setup like SpaceX, but they more in the beginnings of that, right? However, both companies cannot send people below $1 million into space. They cannot. Okay, they cannot. Virgin Galactic, on the other hand, they can send people. And remember what Shamas said in the very beginning of bringing the company to the stock market. When they did this spec and they talked about the gross profit margin per flight, it was 60 to 70% on the $250,000 price ticket. Now the starting price is 450,000, and they have like thousands of people that actually first made a new deposit, like 100 people made a $150,000 deposit, but also there's like 60,000 people that registered interest. Though this is absolutely fantastic, okay? I mean, this is freaking awesome. There's no other way to describe this. this lays the pathway for years to come to work on that. The only challenge that they have is the extension of the fleet. In the earnings call, what made me bullish also, and what was a new information, that they will let spaceship number 3 fly Imagine. And think about it. Okay, March was the presentation of the new spaceship, and already January or February or March next year they will fly this thing. Now this is the first spaceship after they, had the Spaceship 2 success. So I think now, with also melting together with the manufacturing company, as you remember, they have a great fundamental to do this more often. Okay, now as you remember, they also start to build the Delta Wing. They are now in the initial concept design phase, which will have an even more regular flight system work, right? So they will update us on how and when this will be delivered and produced. But then you have already 2 spaceships, and it will be the question for the long term how fast they can produce this spaceship, because this is the only, let's say, bottleneck that the company has so far, right? Obviously they want to go for the masses. This is the whole concept of Virgin Galactic. They want to go for the masses. Everybody should go to space or be able to go to space for, at some point, maybe for $50,000, okay? $250,000 was like a promotion price. We know that they can sell much years of work for 450. I think they can even sell it for 1 or 2 million per seat, and you are still one of the few first 1,000 people. So I think when buying into space, you need to have this long-term vision, okay? It can be that short-term, again, with starting of the commercialization, with the 2 spaceships online, the stock price will temporarily go to 100 or 150 and then go back, depending on the overall stock market situation. But I think that it's somehow of an opportunity right now to be early, but not early. When I invested into Tesla, I had this feeling like I'm still a little bit early, and I got a fantastic price, $30 per share. Now it's over $1,200 per share. And I remember I have this kind of roadmap, right? I thought, okay, end of the year, there is the China factory. In 1 year time, they will produce so many Model 3s. They will produce so many Model 3s in China as well. There is the scaling of the Model 3. There's the Model Y coming. So I had like a, let's say, 12 to 14 to 16 months timeline for the appreciation of the stock price. And I have this here exactly the same. The same way I had it, like, okay, we are now buying in January, February, and we know the flight of Richard Branson will be sometime in the summer. So we could build up our positions. And for some of you guys who were lucky and sold on the highs, but I hold it because I'm just a buy and hold person. And now you can buy right now in November, December, January, and hold it until Q4. And I think then we have more and more traction, because there will be, test flights over the summer of Imagine, of the Spaceship 3. There will be new news. There will be some quarter earnings. There will be some information. There will be revealing of the Delta Wing. There is some catalysts. But the biggest catalyst is obviously always, and it always was, when Virgin Galactic is flying. And they will fly with real customers Q4. So there will be some front runners that will buy already heavily in Q3, maybe already in Q2. And then you have the opportunity that the stock goes from about, let's say 20 to 150, because then it's really like they have enough money. Okay, they don't have to raise any more. At some point they have to, but until then they have enough customers, and then they will have 2 spaceships operational. So you will have like basically every 2 weeks 1 flight if everything goes well. If this is not helping the stock, then I don't know what, okay? But in the long term, I think like if you're investing into space, you should have this 5 to 10 years road plan, okay? Like think about it, like don't touch this until 8 years in, all right? And then if they execute well, like this is the condition obviously, then I think that this is easily a 50 to 100 or even 200 billion-dollar company, because not only they have a monopoly, and watch the video that I just posted a couple of days ago, the Peter Thiel thesis on having a monopoly, but also they have for years enough demand, and then they have the execution, they have the brand, they have the marketing, like everything works so well in this company that the only, let's say, challenge is themselves, like how quick they can really, build this thing up. And I just cannot think, as of this moment, something that is more sure, in my personal opinion, never financial advice, and this straightforward of increasing value for a company just by executing.